controversial Confederate flag has been removed from the South Carolina State House grounds in Columbia. And in this special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down exclusively with Representative Peter McCoy. Well, let's take a title, and I'm being nonpartisan here, from Hillary Clinton's autobiography, which she published a couple of years ago. It is called Living History. We are in South Carolina, and we're living history right now. Just maybe 30 minutes ago, the Confederate flag, which was controversial, was removed from the South Carolina State House grounds. I'm wondering, where are you emotionally?
I tell you, we came off, and as you know, you followed this very closely for a long time too. You know, 2 days ago we had a 15-hour debate on the House floor, which was, emotions were very high, and you know, I think that our leadership handled themselves very well, and they gave the opportunity to let everybody express their concerns, express their reasons, and express what they wanted to do with the flag that's on the State House grounds. And you know, emotionally, it was a long day for everybody, but I'm very glad and I'm very proud of how the House handled themselves, and you know, I'm glad that the final result was which is what happened today.
And let's talk about emotions, because Representative Jenny Horn from Somerville basically gave a very emotional speech, and she kind of had a good conclusion to this long debate. When you think of Jenny Horn, what comes to mind?
Well, and I've known Jenny for quite some time now, and I think she's a great representative. I think she does a good job for the area she represents, which is Dorchester County.
Right.
You know, I think of Jenny Horn, I think of a good legislator. I think of a strong legislator. I think of somebody with a level head. I think of somebody who always thinks before they speak, and basically does the right thing for the people she represents.
Yeah. And let's go back down memory lane. You talked about this just a second ago, but 15 hours inside the House of Representatives floor, on the floor that is, and I'm wondering, what was your secret to really staying afloat, because that was tough.
It was tough, and really and truly, you know, you had to stay focused at the task at hand, and I think that's a little bit about what sparked Jenny's speech.
Right.
But we started kind of getting a little bit off track, I would say, and I think what she did was kind of reroute us and put us back on the direction that we're heading. But you're right, 15 hours is a long time, and you got to stay focused at the task at hand, and this is what we are represented to do, and elected to do, I mean. And so, you know, each one of us represents roughly 38 to 39,000 people in the state. So, you know, we're tasked with this opportunity to go represent them, and to if need be, sit through 15 hours of debate.
Yeah. And let's recreate the scene and talk about how we all began with this issue. It was a typical Wednesday night on June 17th, and unfortunately 9 people lost their lives during a very, very unusual Bible study. A gunman walked into Emmanuel AME church, that is, and basically shot them. I'm wondering, when you look back to that day, what goes through your mind?
I tell you, just talking to you about that now and hearing you recap it, it hits very, very hard with me emotionally. Senator Pinckney was a friend of mine, and basically too, I mean, this is our backyard. This is where we live, and when you have people who are going into a church to worship God, to study the Bible, and to have their lives taken there, I mean, to me, and I know it was thrown around a lot, but I mean that's terrorism.
Yeah,
You're trying to lay fear on a town or lay fear on people, because there are 2 places where you should feel safe.
Right.
Period. Number 1 at all times is your own home, and number 2 is your church. And they're probably not even ranked in any order. I mean, just those are the 2 places where you should feel safe, and comfortable, and feel a part of things. So it's very emotional for me. I saw you on the streets. We spent a lot of time down there. The way this city reacted, the way the people came together, phenomenal. And we set an amazing example that was actually perceived and welcomed by the entire nation and the state.
True. That is true. Well, finish these sentences for me. The unity in Charleston has been
absolutely fantastic. And I think through a tragedy, we have now made ourselves even stronger. And this city is strong. This city will rise again from what's happened, and we will look forward, and we will only be stronger and more unified, I'd say.
Yes. Governor Haley signing the bill into the law on Thursday was,
I think, remarkable. And I think that what she did was a fantastic job by taking the lead on this issue. I also want to thank our 2 United States senators who took leads on this, which were Tim Scott and Lindsey Graham. she showed tremendous leadership.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Representative Peter McCoy, this was so great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you. Keep up the good work, and I really appreciate you coming to see me.
Thank you. Anytime.